everybody, welcome to another episode On the Paint Table. This is my weekly show about what I got done, new projects coming up, and a sneak peek into basically my painting queue for the next little while. So this week we finished up my first army for Wrath of Kings. I got a patrol worth of Goritsi finished, and we also got some stuff assembled, primed, and ready to paint for Bushido, some stuff for two different factions. I also picked up some models, of course, for Shadow War Armageddon, as that was the bulk of my week this week, was putting that Let's Play together. And of course, that's why this On the Paint Table is coming to you late on a Saturday night. So anyway, let's take a look at what I got done and what's coming up. So here it is in all its splendor, my first patrol's worth of Goritsi. I did include the stuff that I finished last week because I actually went and based everything once everything was done. So this is the models I painted last week. The Alpha, my one sword player, and my unit of scores of skirmishers. You can see I have some GW texture paints and some grass tufts from Gamer Grass just to finish them off. And here's what I painted this week. I painted some Raven Scar mercenaries, along with a sergeant. Leader guy there in the front with the crossbow and the knife. And these guys are all done up in sort of like blues and purples and greens. I'm keeping the palette fairly cool for this whole army. So you can see there's a bunch of different like cool colors in there. Purples and blues and grays and stuff. And then I finished up my second sword player, just because I wanted to try two of them, or sorry, sword dancer rather. Sword players are from Confrontation. Sword dancers are from this game. I'm going to make tons of mistakes like this probably while I'm filming this game. And then I've got my shield breaker, who's probably this is actually probably the miniature that made me want to do Goritsi. He's just a boss. Like, he's just this huge dude with like, I don't even know what you call his killamajig, some kind of axe glaive thing, and he's wearing some kind of like steam-powered power armor. I'm not really sure what the deal is with that. I threw the background on him, but he's just an awesome model. So much so that I'm going to kit bash parts from the other Alpha I have, and the second one of these guys I have. I think to make a second one that's like slightly different, because I think I want a second one just to paint the model. And then a Scourge Hound, the crazy ninja assassin-y murder hound from the Scorza, and that's my first. It's 2 ranks of leaders. So the Alpha and the Sergeant are leader ranks. 12 ranks of infantry. So 2, 8, 10, 12. Group like that for infantry. So like these 3 groups of infantry, which are kind of like your troop choices. And then 2 ranks of specialists. So each of the Scourge Hound and the Shield Breaker are a specialist rank. And that lets me get stuff going. I'm a group of 4 people now currently painting stuff. So my buddy Jay's painting stuff, Owen's painting some stuff, and Steve from Anywhere Game is painting some stuff too, to give this a go. And we'll be giving this a go in the next week or so. But I got this hammered out, which I was excited about, because as you guys heard last week, I have to like finish a project before I start a new project. The only problem is now I want to build the next step for these guys. I need to add 6 ranks of infantry. And then I have 1 rank of leaders, and then I have an option of either adding 2 blocks of 3 infantry or 2 blocks of 1 specialist. So basically I can add 6 more infantry or 2 more specialists, or like 3 and 1 for the next leg. And I just kind of want to go home and build that, because now I'm on a roll, and that's what sucks. Then I'm going to play games next week, I'm going to be super on a roll, but I need to get stuff done. So yeah, there's what got finished. I painted 8 models this week, and just rebased everything to get it all finished. And let's take a look at what's coming up. So this stuff all got assembled this week. I put together a 50-point list, or 50 rice lists for my ninjas, my Kaje for Bushido, and that's Shizuka, Karasu, Yuto, Ghost, and Kue. So these 5 guys right here, left to right. And I used some new stuff on these, which I was pretty excited about. These little inserts, these basing inserts, are actually like laser cut card from Death Ray Designs. I'd never seen them before. I picked some up at Adepticon. I'm gonna do a Witches Wonders on them. They're really cool, like super cool for finishing bases. I need to paint them up, but I have some that are like this, and I have some deck plating ones that I'm used for Dark Age, and I'm super stoked about them. And then these guys on more traditional resin bases to match the faction they're with. I got the Golden Sentinel, who's a mercenary dude. He's like one of the Emperor's Guards in Bushido. And then 2 of the Okyo Ashigaru from my Ito clan, and Jiru, who's the standard bearer. And you can see I've left his standard off here just because, like, I'm not putting that on and painting it at the same time. That's super skinny, that piece of metal. I'm going to paint it all and then attach it at the end, I think. And I don't know if these guys are going to get finished, the Jiru and the Ashigaru and the Golden Sentinel, but I wanted them built because that's my next step for my Ito clan is this stuff over here. But the ninjas are getting painted between now and Tuesday, because JP's coming back to play some Bushido, and I'm going to finish my ninjas, which I can easily hammer out 5 models in, what is it, I got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday morning to do it. Yeah, I can get these done, no problem. And then I picked these suckers up. I couldn't help myself. That's, I think, going to be the power of the Shadow Armageddon, is it's going to get you to buy that box set that you didn't, like, you'd been eyeing for a long time, but you were like, I'm never going to do that army. But I've totally got, like, 4 unopened copies of Space Hulk with all the Gene Stealers and stuff in them. And I really want to paint these Gene Stealer hybrids. And, oh my god, I can do that. And so, yeah, this is happening. So, I'm going to paint these guys up for my first, sort of, like, I guess leg, my first officially just made for Shadow War Armageddon warbands. I don't know, he's in the process of doing the All Guardsman Party, which is some internet trope that he's super into. I don't know, man. He's a pet millennial. I don't understand. I'm trying to understand it. But he sent me links to read about it, and it looks really hilarious. So I'm excited to fight it. So it's going to be guard against hybrids, and that'll be our first thing. And then we're each going to do a separate warband and like alternate back and forth. So we have like 2 on the go. Just the same way as we do more time in all our other warband games. Try to alternate warbands, so we're not playing on the same thing all the time. But this is stage 1 for me. So Bushido gets done. These guys get built. Then I probably start looking at my Dark Age army, because I have to finish my Dark Age army for Immortals for Cool Mini Expo. And then if I get that done and I have time, it's back over to finishing more scores on. So there's another on the paint table in the books, finishing off, oh geez, that Wrath of Kings project that I've been thinking about for a long time, getting started on more Bushido stuff. Shadow War Armageddon dropped in my lap, middle of the week, you know, it's been a busy week. I've always got projects that like have deadlines, and then I always have projects come in the middle. So I should say that painting plan you just heard will probably not survive contact with, you know, reality and stuff just like dropping in my lap. But that's the fun of this, right? If I did the same thing all the time, I'd be bored. And I'm obviously not bored. So I hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you next week for another On the Paint Table. You can see what I got done then. Don't mash. Apple